Americans owe nearly $1.9 trillion in student loan debt, a number so large it has reshaped the finances of an entire generation. But student debt isn't just about what borrowers owe. It's changing when people buy homes, start families, and build wealth, leaving millions of people beginning their adult lives with debt, taken on in the expectation that a college degree will pay for itself. But as tuition has continued to rise, so has the amount students need to borrow, making student loans the second largest category of household debt in the United States. So how did student debt become such a significant part of the American economy, and what impact does it have on the people and the economy that carry it? Student loans were not designed to leave graduates buried in debt. They were meant to open the door to higher education for people who otherwise could not afford it. When federal student loans expanded in the 1960s, the goal was simple: make college accessible and invest in America's workforce. For decades, that model worked. A degree usually translated into higher earnings and manageable debt. But beginning in the 1980s, the equation started to change. Tuition rose faster than inflation, state funding declined, and students increasingly borrowed to fill the gap. As tuition increased, borrowing became the norm for many students. Rather than paying for college up front, more families relied on loans to cover the growing gap between what college cost and what they could afford. Today, the United States has some of the highest college tuition costs in the world, particularly at four-year private institutions, making it an international outlier in how higher education is financed.
College still works as an investment in human capital for many people. Four-year graduates earn roughly 60% more over their career than workers with only a high school diploma. And the typical graduate recovers that about in their mid-30s. But the payoff can be a bit uneven. For workers ages 22 to 27, the wage premium has slipped about 40% from nearly 50% about 5 years ago, while unemployment in those recent graduates now sits about a point above the national average.
Today, roughly 43 million Americans have student loan debt, and the average bachelor's degrees recipient who graduates with loans leaves school owing about $30,000. For some, the debt is manageable and paid off quickly. For others, it can take decades to repay, or never be fully repaid at all. When millions of borrowers face that reality, the effects extend far beyond their own finances. Delaying major milestones like buying a home doesn't just affect individual households, it can ripple through the broader economy.
Student debt is often discussed as a personal finance issue, but it's also an economic one. When millions of borrowers are making similar decisions about spending, saving, and investing because of loan payments, those choices can have measurable effects across the economy. The public conversation around student debt often centers on forgiveness because it provides immediate relief for those people who are already carrying loans. Supporters argue that reducing debt can give borrowers more flexibility and allow them to participate more fully in the economy. But critics argue that broad forgiveness shifts cost to taxpayers and does not address the larger issue of why higher education in the US has become so expensive in the first place.
Strip away the politics, and the debate really comes down to a single question: who carries the risk when college degree doesn't pay off? Right now, the risk falls mostly on the borrowers. While income-based repayment spreads it over time, the deeper issue becomes the cost of the degree itself, especially when early career earnings can range radically from about $44,000 for a performing arts degree to more than $80,000 for more of an engineering and computer science major.
Despite the attention surrounding student debt, a college degree still provides a financial benefit for many Americans. On average, college graduates continue to earn more over their lifetimes than workers without a degree. But averages can hide just how uneven those outcomes are. While many graduates see a strong return on their investment, others are left with debt that takes years or decades to repay. It raises a larger question: has the cost of college outpaced the value it was meant to provide?